frustrating one, I guess, from your vantage point of why maybe not the way you're playing?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's just little things right now. We're having a hard time, obviously, closing games out. And, when you're going through a stretch like that, it's almost self-fulfilling. Like it's just little mistakes that are costing us. And I think overall the game tonight, the way we played, we had some good things going on. And, we put ourselves in a position to be in a close game and to have the lead. And so that's good. But, obviously we have to kind of get over the hump here and start closing games out.
Closing games out comes down to what?
Execution. That's my opinion. I think it always comes down to execution. I mean, I know for a fact the compete level, the desire is there, and at times it might be too much. So you start squeezing the stick, you start overthinking things because you just want to, do the thing and win the game. But I think at the end of the day, it comes down to execution. If we can execute better, you limit the chances against, and one thing leads to another.
What stood out about Joseph's night? Just what was it like to see him back in?
Yeah, I thought Joe was outstanding. Obviously, amazing to have him back, and he looks like himself. And so we're all extremely happy to have him back, and I thought he played really well for us.
When you say little things that you need to clean up, what are some of those little things?
There's a million of them. The whole game is basically little things. Just talk, stick position, structure. The list is long. The whole game is made up of little things, and if you're able to be dialed and execute on those things, you give yourself a chance.
What does this group need, to not let yourself mentally get off track? How do you guys keep it tight?
It's a grind. That's just one of the challenges that you face over the course of a long season is the mental part of it. Right now I think we're being tested, and it's important that the leaders step up and we keep this thing on track. And we have a lot of guys in that room that are high character people, and challenges like this, if you're able to deal with them appropriately and to handle them, and they can end up being positives down the road. But you got to do the right things now. You got to address the right things and move forward together.
Despite how it ended, are you seeing improvement game to game?
Yeah, I think so. It's been a tough one lately to really judge. I think we had a couple of games not too long ago where we didn't play great and we won, and then we had a couple of games where we played good and lost, and so we're just trying to take the positives. I think we all have a pretty good idea of how the structure needs to be executed. We've met at length and we've talked, and I think that there's good things happening, but we just have to stick with it.
Whether it's the injuries or the results that you don't like, is this as tough a test in the regular season that you've had in the last?
No.
I mean, of this era, of this.
Whenever you're in something that's challenging, it's all-consuming, and it can feel that way. But there's a lot of belief with our team, and that's powerful. So it's a tough one to answer.
Team picked up Troy Stecher off waivers, and just wondering what you think he can bring to the group.
Yeah, obviously a good D-man. We'll obviously look to get him going. I don't know what the plan is, but nice to have him.
How did this one get away from the team?
Just the way she's going right now. It's hard to close these games out for us. Just got to keep grinding away and getting leads and finding our way through it.
When you're in a bit of a rut like this, what's the path out?
Work. There's no sugarcoating it. We're obviously in that rut, like you talked about. We're blowing leads, and the only way out of it is just keep grinding along. There's no easy way in this league. Every night's a hard matchup. It's hard to get 2 points and keep collecting points. So obviously it's not going our way right now. So we just need to keep grinding harder and winning those little battles, those little moments that go a long way. So you guys keep sticking with it. What is that, our 20th game of the year? So it's tough. It's tough.
Morgan was just saying you almost want it too much at a time like this. How would you describe the mental challenge of this?
Yeah, we're competitors, and all we care about is winning, and the frustration mounts, it builds. Confidence dwindles away, so you got to manufacture it at times, and I think you take positives here and there. I thought like positive for me tonight was seeing 60 back in there. I thought he did a phenomenal job. I just told him that. Super good seeing him back in there and grinding and battling, and he was composed all night. He played great with the puck. So that gives me a lot of joy, just seeing him doing his thing out there. It was awesome.
Despite how it ended, are you guys seeing improvement game to game?
In certain aspects that we're trying to work on. But at the end of the day, it's all about getting 2 points, and we're not getting that tonight. And tonight was no different. Similar to the other night, frankly, a shot from the point gets redirected and back of the net. So yeah, it's tough sledding.
Jake, understanding that it's fresh right now, but maybe just speak to the belief system that you do have inside that room.
Yeah, it's got to be a next man up mentality kind of thing right now. Obviously, we're down a couple bodies, but over the years, at least in my few years that that I've been here, we've shown that we can overcome that, and we've played some good hockey. So, the next guy steps up. Guys are getting a little bit more ice time that maybe don't get as much ice time typically when we have a full lineup. So that's a great opportunity for those guys, and stepping up in different situations, whether it be power play, penalty kill, gaining confidence that way throughout the lineup depth-wise. And I'm going to keep harping on it, but it's like a broken record. But you just got to keep working.
I feel like for you, Joseph, to get back in there.
Yeah, it's great getting back in. It's a pretty cool spot to play on a Saturday night, so pretty awesome with the anthem and stuff. But yeah, it was a good match down to the wire, and ultimately we just didn't get it done.
How satisfied were you with your own game tonight?
I felt like I'm just building off the two with the Marlies there, and felt pretty solid in that. Felt like I was moving well, seeing the puck well, and yeah.
Are the emotions just kind of going into it thinking about it once you're this season?
Yeah, it's a mix of probably every different emotion. A little nervous, a little excited, but just being out there on that sheet was pretty cool.
What's the anthem like for you in this building?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet how everybody's cheering the entire time, which is pretty cool. It's similar to Scotiabank where all the fans are singing the Canadian one, so anytime the fans sing the anthem, I think it's pretty sweet.
Considering what you went through, did anyone give you a special message or get any interesting texts or anything before the game?
That's not. I guess I don't know if I want to share. That's cool. Yeah.
Jake said he was so impressed with your play tonight. Said he just wanted to illustrate that and tell you about that. What does that mean? These guys are understand how important you have been to them and having you back.
Yeah, it's awesome. Awesome to hear him say that. He's a guy I have a ton of respect for, and great player as well. So I'm happy the guys are happy that I'm back. I'm excited to be back as well.
The team's going through a tough stretch here right now, wins, losses wise. What gives you the most confidence that Berube can get out of this?
Yeah, in a season there's ups and downs. It happens at different times to most teams throughout the year. So just got to stay steady. And we've played well in the past with this group, and we're pretty much this group, right? So I trust our consistency. I trust the coaches, our systems, and everything. And sometimes you just don't get the wins; they don't go your way. But I don't think that should deter us at all. We'll stay the course, and it'll start to happen.
Get away from the team.
I just think we didn't close it out. It's unfortunate. We're working hard. I don't think the lost games as of late is defining us as a team. We're right there. It's just kind of frustrating, but hopefully it ends soon.
How do you manage to mentally stay with it?
I don't think we even have a choice not to. We got to stay with it. We're going through a tough time right now, and but we're right there. We're working hard. I just think we needed a little bit of luck, and we're going through adversity right now, but it's what brings teams together, right? We're in the thick of it, and we got to work ourselves together to get out of it.
Considering you guys are a pretty veteran group, are you a little surprised that closing out games has been an issue this season?
Anything can happen in hockey. It's such a game of mistakes, and I don't know. I know what we're capable of. It's just kind of the way things are going.
What was it like to see Joseph back in there?
Oh, it was great. I think he did a great job. Just his poise, and so confident in the net. It's unfortunate you couldn't get the win from him, but happy to have him back.
Game to game, is it of your opinion that you guys are seeing improvement in your play?
Yeah, I would say so. The effort's there, like I said. We really want to win, but it's just how it's going right now. And I see improvement for sure. The morale is good, and we're just trying to be positive and build each other up.
What was your sense of the group when the tying goal went in there in the third? Did you notice guys tighten up, or what was the feeling like?
Maybe a little. I don't know. It's like you kind of have to regroup and get back at it. Obviously, it's no secret we haven't won a game in a little bit, so Maybe a little bit tense, but that's just, I mean, that comes with knowing what we just, we really want to win a game. So, yeah, maybe a little bit.
It's essentially the leadership group right now. What are kind of the messaging from them?
I mean, just stay positive. I mean, there's nothing else we could do. I mean, we're not going to sit here and be sorry for ourselves. We got to come in and compete in the next game and work hard. And that's what we're doing. I mean, it's not like our competitiveness is there. Our will to win is there. It's just we need a little bit of things going our way, and I'm sure it will come.
Or how did the game slip away from the group tonight?
2 mistakes in the third period. That's about it.
Considering just that you got a better group here, are you a little bit surprised that closing out games has been a challenge for your group?
Yeah, because last year we were excellent at it, and right now it's like, we're just a little bit unconfident. I'd say right now, but got to get through that because we got the leads and we have an opportunity to close this game out and win it. And we get a power play in the third, and we don't do anything with it either.
What can you do as a coach to instill confidence in your group when it's low?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I mean, I got to motivate them the best way I can, and maybe it's a kick in the ass, but maybe it's positive reinforcement too. Like I said, we did a lot of good things. I think we had 11 or 12 A's tonight, and we only get 2 goals out of it. I think we'd score more than that for the most part, but you're going to have games like that. But tonight we trended in the right direction, but we still got to do a better job. Like little things that cause games, and tonight there was 2 little things in the third period that cost us the hockey game.
What did you make of Joseph's game?
He was good. He did his job. He looked good to me in that tonight. I don't think he could have done anything on any of those goals.
What did you see from the power play?
Just, we had possession on, I think it was the second PP. First PP, they did a good job at their stand. And, the second one, we started putting it behind them and going to work, and we got the puck back. And we had good possession. I didn't see enough, attempts to the net, from my standpoint. In the third power play, there was no execution on it.
Not a ton of ice time for Myers and Mermis. What are you seeing with the mix of your deep pairs and the balance of ice time?
Yeah, for sure. I think, our top guys played a lot tonight on the back end. Right now we're missing 2 guys that play minutes. That's the way it goes. So I don't think there's any solution. Like, these guys got to do the job when they're out there, and we need more from those guys too that don't play a lot of minutes. Like, it's a balance, right? We used our top guys a lot tonight.
What did you see from that?
I thought he was good tonight. I know he made a mistake putting the puck over the glass, but overall he had some good opportunities. I thought that he worked and skated well, made some good plays, had some opportunities to score. So I was happy with his game overall. And he's still learning. He's a kid, right? There's mistakes, but it's not from a lack of effort or competitiveness. I thought he skated well and did some good things tonight.
You mentioned confidence. After the tying goal went in the third, did you notice anything change on the bench or guys tighten up at all?
Well, I didn't notice any of that, but you'd have to ask them.
We see all the injured guys are on the trip here. Why was it important to have the whole group together for this one?
Just wanted everybody here, and I think it's good they come on the road with us.
Thanks.